Have you ever wondered why California has some of the highest fuel prices in the entire country? California's got the Hollywood glam, Silicon Valley buzz, and features the most diverse landscapes that take your breath away. But it also comes with a pricey tag. Today marks part one of an exciting mini-series that you won't want to miss. How much does it cost to RV from the northern valley of the Golden State all the way down to the sunny beaches of San Diego? Fuel, unexpected repairs, RV parks, we're tracking it all. In this episode, we're beginning our journey south after spending 2 months in RVing California. Not only were we shocked by the cost of diesel, but also the price to stay at a regular RV park for just one night. With these prices, it looks like there's going to be more boondocking in our future for sure. Oh yeah, remember when we drilled the hole into the frame of our RV? Yeah, so this is the first time we're towing the RV since, and we're slightly nervous about it. Either way, checkout time is approaching, and we have ground to cover.
That I love about RV life is when you wake up in the morning and you check the tire pressures and they don't need to be addressed at all.
So we should play the lottery, maybe today?
Maybe. I think you're onto something.
We have conversations with anyone that is looking to RV in California, there's always one thing that stops them from doing it, and it's the prices. They say everything is so expensive in California, RV parks, fuel, I don't know if I can afford to RV in California, which is unfortunate because it's so beautiful out here. On one side of the state, you have just endless amounts of beautiful mountains. So you could literally go skiing one day and then drive to the coast and go surfing that very same day. And I don't know of anywhere else where you can do that. So we're just as curious as you guys are because we've never really documented in detail how much we spend when we're out here. Now we have been to California before. This is actually the state where we had our first travel nurse assignment back in 2017. So we've spent a good amount of time here, a whole year in 2017 into 2018, and then we came back during 2019 after the Paradise Fire to work an assignment. Some of you may have tuned into our live stream we did back in August of 2023, and we told you guys that we wanted to RV California but take Route 1 from Crescent City all the way down to San Diego. Well, after much research and then also being in this state during the winter months, we thought that wasn't such a good idea because in order to first get out to the coast, you have to go over some mountain ranges. And if you're out here in California, you know that there's been some interesting weather. There's been a lot of snow. Currently, we're under some kind of aerial flood watch, so it's just not a good time of the year to do something like that. But hey, for future adventures, it always exists. So what route are we doing? That's a great question. The trusty Interstate 5. I was looking at places that we could boondock in California, and I stumbled upon this place called Sawtooth Canyon Campground. Dispersed, highly rated across all different apps and programs, and the best part is they have like a ton of hiking and rock climbing. If you're new here, we've been full-timing for many years, but we just got into boondocking not too long ago. We also just recently invested in a generator, which we also haven't had for years. For years we went without a generator, and everybody's in the comments like, what are you doing? You gotta have a generator. So where are we going tonight? Actually, that's a good one, and it's a concern on my end because I just realized the place I'd want us to go, I never called to make sure that we can actually stay there. So I'm gonna do that now. Hi there, I was looking for an RV site just for one night, checking in today. 35 feet. We have escapees. I saw that on your website. You guys do escapees? Okay. We'll be there in about 2.5 to 3 hours. Okay, thank you. All right, okay, bye-bye. Calling RV parks is so different depending on who you call. Because it's January, all the RV parks we pass are like so empty here in California, especially up north. I just called them and they're like, oh yeah, we got a spot for you. We're open till 9, we'll see you later. But don't forget to check these RV park websites because a lot of them will take Good Sam or Escapees or Passport America if you have that. And they won't really tell you on the phone. So you gotta be an advocate for yourself. We tell you this all the time.
Well, we got about a 4-hour drive day to Bakersfield. Drive days like this are kind of an emotional roller coaster because on one end, it doesn't seem like it's that long of a drive when you think about it until you actually start driving, and then on the other spectrum, your expectations are met with reality when you're finally pulling in at like 5 o'clock at night and you're like, what happened to the 4-hour drive day? RV life is what happened. On top of everything, we're dusting off the pants, getting back out on the road. We had a 2-month stint visiting my dad in Northern California, and that was really nice. But yesterday I had to say bye to him, and I don't know. I guess it's never goodbye, it's see you later. At least that's how we treat it in RV life. You always think it's easy leaving family because, hey, you're in an RV, you could just show up at their doorstep anytime, but in reality, it just never works out like that. And you know how it is. Life goes by so quickly. Before you know it, it's like, it's been a year since I've seen family, and we need to get back there. So, we're already starting to see some of those price increases, by the way, being here in Cali. Last night, the RV park here, $70. Even after all the discounts we applied to it. I can't wait to see what the fuel prices are gonna be like later today. The wallet is gonna take a beating.
$70 just to stay somewhere overnight. Now look, could we have boondocks somewhere for free? Of course. Definitely. But we're the type of travelers that don't want to drive just to pull over at 9 o'clock, have the slides all in and go to sleep. We like to take our time. We like to get somewhere where we can set up, have dinner, enjoy ourselves. Now we will do those quick overnights if we have to be somewhere in a hurry, but what's the point of RV life if you're just always in a hurry? Now, if you're new to the RV life and you're curious to where we could have stayed, there's just so much content we've made out there on this. We'll link that video in the description for you, but just right off the bat, you can stay in Walmarts, you can stay in Cracker Barrels most of the time. We try not to overnight at rest areas or truck stops because we want to leave those spots for the truckers. I feel like they struggle enough with having a place to safely park for the night and get a good night's rest, so that's why RV parks exist. We decided to come to this one because it looked like it was an easy access off the highway. There's a Love's truck stop right across the way if we needed to fuel up, but also they have very level pull-through sites. Makes it really easy to just pull in, disconnect, level, you're good to go. Yesterday we got here when it was dark, and we really don't like setting up in the dark. We were both using our iPhone flashlight to be able to see things, and I just feel like that leaves more room for errors. A lot of mistakes that could be expensive. Today's gonna be a decent drive day, and we will have to fuel up. I'm thinking we're gonna drive like 50 miles to a Love's truck stop, a little bit more south of here. You know, you'll get to see firsthand how much it costs to fill up our truck. my gosh. Not only do you have to worry about these huge craters in the truck stop parking lots, but the roads getting in and out. We just were parked at a red light and the road right next to us just had these huge deep rivets. Looks like it would do a nice bit of damage to your truck or RV. So just, you know, just be careful coming in and out of these truck stops. It's not easy.
$5.29 at the pump. Ooh, feeling it in California already.
The open roads discount is $4.54. So like over 70 cents.
70 cents? So if we filled up like 30 gallons, we would save roughly about 20 bucks.
Yeah, that's a good amount.
Can't beat that.
That's lunch. And it's got the biodiesel. Interesting.
My dad was saying that biodiesel is not good for the diesel engines. I don't know. So he says they get gunked up. Well, my thought is we're running the truck all the time and it's not sitting. So I wonder if like sitting gunks it up more.
That's true.
Not sure.
Where's your jacket? It's January.
No way. We're going to Southern California. It's supposed to be warmer, right?
You're like California dreaming here with no jacket.
Get out of here. Look at the size of this thing. I was always blown away how big these things are. When you're at the truck stops and you're parking next to these honkers over here, I'm like... I had to laugh the other day when we were fueling up at Costco. It was crazy how slow the pump was compared to this.
Oh yeah.
Like with the actual trucker pumps, it just blow right through it.
You're so used to it filling up really fast that when it fills up slow, you're like, what am I supposed to do with myself?
Exactly.
That adds up quick.
She's ripping. She's ripping.
Question for you. Since there's a lot of trucker lanes open right now, do you think we can just pull forward and then use the restroom, or do you think we have to like drive to a parking spot?
Yeah, we can pull forward.
Yeah?
Oh, chill to the bone.
Yes, the only time that we will pull forward and utilize that convenience that truckers do, where they pull forward after they're done filling up, is when no one else is really here and the trucker lanes are all open. Then we can justify taking like 2 to 3 minutes to pull forward, drop the steps, use a restroom, and then go. But if it was very crowded here and a lot of people were waiting, we don't do that, we just go.
Laugh because I've been trying to tell you guys something for the longest time, but Dexter just will not let me get a word out. We had to pull over on the side of the highway at a rest area and put his salty britches in the RV. Finally, some peace and quiet. Don't know if you guys can relate to that, if y'all are pet owners or maybe just parents. The struggle is real. The craziest part of our trek going down south through California is California has some funky tax laws. If you're not familiar, they have like a 2.25% tax on gasoline, but compare that to the astronomical 13% tax rate on diesel. What? That's a whole nother level. Needless to say, by the end of this journey, our wallets are gonna take quite the hit. All right, some other fun facts. Why are the tax rates so high? That's a good question. I went to the good old Google and figured this out myself. What they said was California has some really strict environmental regulations, and these trickle down on through the system into our wallets. Basically, with these regulations comes higher production costs. Now flip that on its head, let's talk about the size of California in general. It is a vast state. Did you guys realize how much of the West Coast California actually takes up? Here's a fun fact for you. If you were actually to move California all the way over onto the East Coast, it would start at the tip of New York and follow the coastline all the way down to the southern border of North Carolina. That is a lot of land. And with this vastness of land comes increased transportation costs of getting the fuel to these desolate areas. I actually got a little taste of this looking up a news article. Showed over $7 a gallon on diesel going through Death Valley. Can you imagine paying that much money? No, thank you. But I don't want to be too hard on Cali because it's a beautiful state. It's where I was born and raised. I love the area. Arguably one of the most beautiful states in the entire North America itself. So am I saying to not come to California? Quite the opposite. I'm saying to watch your wallet when coming through California. Needless to say, it's time to get back on the road. Our trek from Lodi to Bakersfield, just getting started. Strap in. What? What's up?
Well, I was gonna put the X-Trucks on, but I noticed that the tires are like so close together. That doesn't look right.
What on earth? What's going on?
Oh wait, that doesn't look good. Like this Equiflex suspension. Why does that look cattywampus? Oh my gosh. I see the problem, and it's probably not gonna be a simple fix. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.